Oh god, there are other people online. My anxiety. Oh, my anxiety. Alright, hello everybody, Zachary5149 here, and welcome to, the BuildCraft, RandomCraft build server, that I got access to, like, a couple weeks back. I was invited on, and I was going to be looking at all the maps. They just wanted to show me around, considering that I probably was gonna make a few videos about their server. Um, yeah. I should also, yeah. Let's abruptly shift over to the disclaimers here. I was invited onto the server. All right, I do not actually work for
RandomCraft.
I don't know what changes I have made are going to be actually implemented. For reference, whatever is on the left is the stuff that they built. Whatever's on the right is the stuff that I did. So yeah, there is that. I don't actually know what changes are going to be implemented. I basically did everything I could to not ask Jacob directly which ones were going to be included in the final patch. I basically like went on a crusade, right, where I did all these things and I did everything I could to not ask him directly if the changes were going to be added, but also I laid the traps down where like I could ask an unrelated but related question that allowed me to get the idea. Like, oh yeah, I'll make a video on the changes that some of these maps might or might not be getting. And Jacob's like, yeah, man, go for it. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I needed to hear. So, yeah, brief disclaimer. I am not, once again, on the actual RandomCraft build team. A lot of these changes may or may not actually be added. I did this because I wanted to, and because they didn't frankly care whether or not they actually kind of they just kind of yeah, they just kind of let me do what I wanted. But the changes aren't actually, confirmed yet, and I'm not going to bother asking. So how about we go into each of these maps? There are lots of them to get through, so let's get started, shall we? Oh god, the anxiety. What do I say to him? Um, lemons. Seamless. Perfect. Exactly what exactly what I needed to say there. All right, hopefully that's not really loud. I got some music going on in the background, although I don't think you can hear it. Yeah, I have that disabled. All right, so let us begin right now. Okay, so this was actually made by Sir Untouchable. It's one of the maps that aren't actually confirmed in the latest edition. It is here. I'll try and get a nice little overview. It is speed 12 viable. The red, and probably the light gray and the white is the stuff you want to actually look for. I did not like. I prefer making maps speed 11 viable. Because it forces you to memorize 2 spots per map instead of 1. So this map, right here, is actually, let me get an overhead, is speed 11 viable, and that is for one reason and one reason alone. And you might actually be kind of, it might be kind of funny when you, there's a nice little village over here. It might be kind of funny when you actually figure out which color isn't part of the solution for speed 12. It's light blue. I mean, right up here, I think it's light gray, for speed 12 because you can't reach light gray. But over here, oh god, I need to lower my speed. Give me 1 second. Yeah, okay, so over here, and am I running on speed 2? I am. Okay. So like the place you want to go if you're over on the block side is right around here, red and the gray area, but you can't actually reach the light blue. Like this is the gray and the red is probably a really obscenely hard speed 12, but the light blue is what knocks it over the edge. So yeah. Next up, if I can't stop lagging, all the time, getting all these jitteries, we have the water, earth, fire, air avatar map. Now, funny thing, this actually went over. Yeah, it had a couple of revisions, because of the order. You know how it goes: water, earth, fire, air. Except it's water, earth, air, fire. So I decided to make it actually go water, earth, fire, air. But then Sir Untouchable revealed to me that the actual logo, I can probably pull up an image on it if I even want to. This is largely going to be unedited. Um, the logo for Avatar was the way he had it. So yeah. Next map. Not sure if this is already in it yet. This is the original. Very simple. And then this map has, I believe, 4 added colors, that being the greens and the grays. This map, the hardest... I cannot stop getting these jitteries. These maps are, the hardest color is probably cyan, I would say. And over here, you have a couple more colors to worry about. You still have, like, the corner stuff. Like, there's the magenta and the purple out in the corner. And then you have the stuff like the greens and the grays. So the corners are where you want to be, not in the middle. Because, you know, you can't reach the magenta and the purple. Up next, we have a face. This is the original. The difference between these two is that only the top part up here was speed 12 viable before. That was kind of not fair in a way. So I went ahead and made this area down here also speed 12 viable. I think it's right here where I designed it. Next up, this map. Hope you don't mind me scratching my ear during this. This map was a little more interesting to work on. I don't actually think I mean I worked on it. Don't get me wrong, but like. Jacob did the majority of the changes. The problem here was this yellow area. Like the thing about it was that this map I think was, I want to say it was speed 9 at one point. It might have been speed 8. The problem was it was just like kind of hard to look at. Obviously, I know now. Yeah, this is the best spot, but it just took a lot of time to figure out. I think now it's speed 11 viable, which is fine, you know. Speed 11 is still a pretty interesting spot, all things considered. I honestly, I don't care which one gets introduced, because I actually kind of like, after I figured it out, it's like, oh yeah, this is actually kind of cool. It just, you know, it took a while for me to figure it out. And as you can see, I cannot stop getting the jitteries, so that is always fun. This map over here, I made like one really niche change about it. I made the center of the gray area here blue, so there's like another color that you have to figure out. So that just like that narrows down the viability from almost anywhere to, you have to get to spot it around the corner of that nucleus and these little spinal thing, tail thing, whatever they're called. You get the idea. This is a pastry. It's a pastry, you see. And obviously, just by taking one real quick glance at it, you can really see it without even having to think about it. You know, this is obviously a pastry. There is nothing about this design that would make you think otherwise. This is obviously not a, like, I don't know, like a 3. You know what this reminded me of originally? The Pokemon with the three Digimon. I think it's like a Digimon. Kind of easy, speed 12. So I made it a little bit harder with a little purple. Purple, I tried to bring it as many areas around the map as possible. So yeah, now it's maybe like, I don't know, a tiny bit harder. Didn't mess with any of these maps. This was the first one I actually worked on. This one is the old Barcode. Fun fact about this Barcode, by the way. This Barcode, you can actually scan it on your phone, and it will. I think they're gonna keep the colors the same on this, but you can actually scan it on your phone from the top view, and it will take you to the RandomCraft. Yeah, the RandomCraft website. Very cool. I gotta say, very cool. But also, other problem, very simple. That's it. That's literally. There's like it's like a one block jump. Way too easy. Now it's a bit more difficult with the gray and the white kind of balancing. It's still easy, don't get me wrong, but there's just more colors to work with, and it looks a bit nicer. Fun fact, I also tried to convince the RandomCraft builders to like let me add another color in the center here. But they're like, nah, man, we need the barcode to be, you know, to be presentable for people to actually scan. And I'm like, I did the testing. You can have 3 colors in here and it'll work just fine. And we tried it and they're just like, nah, man. So yeah, sorry. I tried. Okay, I tried. Anyways, this map is also really easy. It's really easy. There are a lot of colors, I will grant it. But it's also really easy. So I actually went ahead and made it a lot harder. I'm not sorry if I bumped the mic there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This map is way harder. There's a spot in each corner. I'll do a top view for those of you who are interested. There's a spot in each corner. Now, good, Sir Untouchable is here. So yeah, there's a spot in each corner. Lots of more colors. And yeah, okay. Now we're on to the RandomCraft new starting map icon. There are 2 designs that we're working with right now. The first one is this one. I like how it circles around the dot of the R. I think that's pretty cute. And then I like this one a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this one a little bit better. Ironically, at around the same time that map, like a couple days after that was made, RandomCraft switched over to the new icon. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Snowman is a map that was going to be removed, I want to say. Not entirely sure. In fact, I might as well just ask that real quick. Alright, we planted that seed. So, I don't actually know why this map was so disgusting to look at for whatever reason. Why people just couldn't despise it or didn't like it. My biggest answer was that it's just like the snowman was not included all in the solution, I guess. That would be my answer, because like right here is the only place you ever needed to concern yourself with. And it wasn't even like part of the snowman. The largest design was not included at all, and I didn't like that one bit. So you'll notice the snowman, while still being white, there's no other white in the entire map. So now the snowman is required for the solution. You have to keep that in mind in order to survive it. I want to say no, but I also might say yes to speed 12 here. Mostly speed 11. We wanted to make the snowman, me and Red, we wanted to make the snowman itself a bit more viable, so we replaced a lot of the dots with a bunch of different colors. So yeah, the snowman is not only more viable, but you know, there's more, you know, the snowman is actually required now. This map. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in real quick. Tell me what you see in these 2 designs, right? With the left being the original and the right being the one I made. What do you notice? What do you notice about the 2 designs? If you pointed out or are thinking that this area here is irrelevant, then congratulations, you'd be correct, because light gray and orange are right over here. Meaning this corner over here, there's literally no reason for it to exist. So now you have to take the gray into the equation, but then I also had to remind myself, like, there were a couple other colors. Yes, see, I didn't get it! I didn't get it! All y'all have an agenda out there. I swear, I don't know what it is. Yeah, so now, the corner is actually part of the equation. I had to move a couple others colors around too. The center is speed 11 viable. The corner is speed 12. Yeah, that's fair. All right, this map, I did not like the center of it. It was too unviable. Like all of the colors, if I were to actually calculate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors are in the corner and not the middle. And yeah, that's a little unfair for anyone who starts in the middle, because it kind of rewards you for going to the corner instead of trying to navigate to the middle. So I made the middle a bit more viable. I added 3 colors. I don't think that's brutally unfair or anything. So yeah, next up is this map. I made it a very simple change. I moved like 1 or 2 colors around. I added pink. That's all I did. That is the only change that I made. I added pink. And so like the spot for it is really it's really like you either have it or you're always missing like one. I want to say this is it right here. What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. Yes. So like it's like if I were to plot myself down somewhere random, like right here. There's no light blue. No pink, you'll see over here. So it has to be like whatever's on this side, you have to get to the pink that's on this side as well. Same thing goes over here. You have to get to a pink. Like if you go over here, where the pink is the furthest away from you, it's just not going to work. So yeah, this is another map that they were wanting to remove. I actually really liked this map, despite the fact that it is not viable at all. I don't like. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. Maybe if the colors were just a little bit differentially oriented, maybe it would have been better. But yeah, all of these long lines, the large long lines, those are mostly the same. The colors are the same, but I added a couple more colors and I hid the best spots. It is speed 12 viable. I want to say, if I remember correctly here, red and yellow, those are the trick colors you want to try and find your spots around, and it is viable on, like, I want to say, like, all four corners, I want to say, maybe except for that corner, but it is viable. And while I'm saying this, I do want to reference, I believe that this is our corner. I could be totally wrong here, but I believe that is our corner. Spaceship, don't even care about that. Nobody cares about Spaceship. It sucks. Color spread is terrible. I actually convinced Jacob to let me make one tiny edit to this map. Let's see if I can get. Well, yeah, that's the original was lost forever. Basically, this cyan wasn't here earlier. It was black, and now it's cyan. So now it's like obviously speed 12 viable. It's a hard speed 12. Don't get me wrong. It is really hard. This map, a bit too basic. And there's nothing wrong, with basic maps. Like there's the center here, and it's like a 1-block jump. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. Never mind. It's too basic. I lied to you. It's too basic. So in exchange, I added, I think, green and red, and changed the color spread a little differently. So the center is still the most viable. Sorry, I hit the mouse again. 2,000 frames? Wow. Anyways, the center is still completely viable. It's just there's more colors, which makes it a bit harder. Outside is actually maybe a tiny bit harder now, but it is still pretty viable. This area right here is. There's my next change. Me and Rhett worked on this one, the clock map. I didn't bother changing the other clock map. That map was fine as it is. I think I added 2 colors, 3 colors, because there wasn't the outline of green and light blue, and there was no white. The white fills the cogs, the insides of the cogs. I really wanted to keep this area black. I really wanted to. It's just a really hard speed 12 map in that case. Like, it's obscene. So I just went ahead and just I threw a bone in there. So yeah, and then I outlined the cogs with some blue. I like that. Yeah. And before I think too much about it, we're gonna move on to the next map. Now, how far am I gonna have to go? Because I only edited so many maps, man. I only touched on so many. You can actually, but yeah, I'll zoom over. You can take a look at the maps as they go. Rest in peace, one of those maps. You can feel free to pause and look at some of them. Anything with redstone over them is discontinued maps. This is probably my second favorite map in the entire game. It's so cool. It is so cool. I love it. Like, seriously. And we get more jitteries and more jitteries and even more jitteries. Yeah. That is, yeah. Yeah. Aha! Here we come across another change. So, this map, again, too easy. But I noticed something, right? These look like islands almost, right? It's almost like you're reading a golf course, almost. So what I did, you'll notice, like, I took, because this, imagine this like the web, right? And then this is just empty space that goes line by line. Instead of having this area repeat itself, I added some more colors. So it is still viable in each corner. I made a point to that. But now it's like, it's not as viable throughout. and it is fairly maybe a bit more challenging. I think it would be more fun in that case. The BP map, which to this day I swear I have never actually seen in the lobby at all. Like I've never seen this in play. I just made it a bit more complex. I added some red, some lime, some light blue, some light. Actually, no, the light gray stayed. The idea here, I would say, it's speed 11. All right, because I like speed 11 maps. Yeah, that is all that I will mention about that map. This map, I'm trying to remember what made me want to change this map at all. I made a change. I made like I forget what changes I made. I think it's just like I don't think I actually changed this map. I think Jacob just made a copy of it. It was F Hill who put the remove F Will. F Will, my man, we're gonna have words. We're gonna have words. Alright, next, moving on. F Will, I'm glad you brought it up, because now we made it better. This map is a speed 12, but it's also harder. I do like that. I do like that. Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot after the other map that I showed earlier with all those lines. It looks like a spider web. This map, not actually sure if they're gonna add this. F Will didn't necessarily have too much of a support factor for this. He didn't really love it. I'm not gonna disagree. I kind of like it. It just adds like an extra set of colors. It adds red, yellow, orange, magenta. And so it makes it a bit. It disguises the speed 12 a bit more. Speed 12 on this side. I also edited it so that it's speed 12 viable on each side. I feel like that is not fair if you do not... oh my god, we're at the end already. Okay. Okay. Embarrassing. This is actually all of my maps that I designed. I don't actually know if these maps are going to be included, so I'm just going to go by these one by one. Symmetrical, speed 11. The trick is cyan and gray. Top view. Hell yeah. There we go. A little bit of that action. Speed 11 viable. Trick is red and blue. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Next up, speed 11 viable. Let me actually see if I can, actually give me 1 second here. Okay, so we have a list of names here of everyone that was included in the design. If your name is not on here, I am terribly sorry. I only had so many names, and I had to make some tough calls. Originally, I thought I had like 48 different people that I could have included. But no. No. Only 36. Mathematically, it would have it's 36. This is another Speed 11 map. I love the design on this. Alright, it is so amazing. I love it. I'm very proud of this one. I got a lot of inspiration. I made this map once before. It's just basically a bunch of paths. And then if there's ever a lot of extra unused space, I just threw a color in there. I like it. And then we have this map over here. Another map I am actually a huge fan of. I love this map was actually probably the hardest map I ever made, because of how planned out it had to be. All of these maps are speed 11 viable. It was not easy to make this map speed 11 viable. It really wasn't. And then we have this map over here. The original idea was to make this map have all 16 colors with a very simple design. This map, you may not believe it, but it is technically, although the designs are different, it is completely symmetrically designed, whereas it has the same designs on all 3 layers. I like it. It's really good. And that is all. That is all of the maps. I do not know. First and foremost, I do not know. Here, I'll actually, while I do my thoughts, I'll do one more run over all of them. I do not know. Here, I'll go on a bit slower speed as well. We'll go speed 5. So, I do not know how many of my changes are going to be implemented. I never asked Jacob straight out. I never thought that it was my business anyways to be making these maps. It was mostly a passion project. I had a ton of fun making them. I had a lot of time on my hands between making videos, so yeah, I was it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time. I don't actually think that yeah, I'm not on the dev team when it comes to the stuff. So yeah, if they add anything, any of my changes, I'll be happy. If they don't, then it's not necessarily a bad thing either. I really hope that this server gets released. Obviously, I mean, I love Block Party as a game mode, and we're running out of alternatives. So, yeah, we're nearing the end here. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully, this video will be kind of like a hype kind of thing, like it's kind of like a look at this is what we're working on. These are all the maps on a straight line. You're gonna play on every single one of these eventually. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah, that's really all I got for you. So thank you all for watching if you made it this far. And yeah, have a have a good day. I don't really have anything else to say, so I'm just gonna